In this video, I'm going to show you how to do an aging analysis in Excel, and we're going to use Power Query. I did an earlier video in Google Sheets, but this one is in Excel, and Power Query is the tool we're going to use. To help me do that, I have my data here of customers with name, invoice date, and invoice amount. So I have Power Query as an add-on. I click inside my table, go click on Power Query, data from a table. It loads. This one is going to load my data into Power Query. It has already done it like so. And next, what we're going to do is to change this data type first. Under transform, I want a date, like replace, I say yes. Then I need to get the age of these dates. So it calculates the date between today and whatever date the invoice is. So to do that, I go under transform. There's this under date, then click on age, then it changes this to an age. Those are number of days. Then I change my data type, which is duration, to whole number, like so. Now, the next thing I need to do is to add a conditional column. And my conditional column, I go to add column, conditional column. So I'm going to use the date. Maybe before I do this, now since this is age, let me change this one to age. Then add column, conditional column. So I'm going to say age if the age is less than 30. What do I want my output to be? Less than 30. Add another rule. If age is less than or equal to 60, that means the value is between 30 to 60. Add another rule, age less than or equal to 90. That means 60 to 90. Add another rule, age is less than or equal to 120. So this means moving from 90 to 120. Then lastly, if my age is less than or equal to, or rather greater than 120, here I'm going to say greater than 120, and then I say okay. So as long as the number here is greater than 120, it is going to populate one by greater than 120. You can see all these. Then 90 is between 90 and 120. 64 is between 60 and 90. So you can see it has done it correctly. Now, after achieving this, the next thing we're gonna do, I think we remove what we don't want. I need to remove this column. All I want is the amount and the categorization. So having got that categorization, the next thing I'm gonna do is to do a pivot, because I want this column, this custom column, to be in pivot form, in column form. That I need to highlight the custom column. I'm telling it I need to pivot by this, and the name, the values are gonna be in my pivot column. The values are going to be invoice amount, and say okay. So when you do that, it categorizes our invoices into less than 30, which I can rearrange, bring at the start. Then 30 to 60 becomes second. then 60 to 90 becomes third, 90 to 120, and lastly greater than 120, like so. Now, I do not like these spaces. You can highlight. I don't like these nulls. Highlight everything and replace, right click, null with 0 and say OK. I should have highlighted everything here and say replace values null with a 0 and say OK. Everything goes away. Then I think this is in a format that I can now load back into my Excel. So the next thing I'm going to do is close and load. Then it is going to create a new sheet where it loads my data. So all I need to do is to add totals here, Alt Enter, and then I get my edged analysis, as you can see right here. So this is how you can do your edged analysis in Power Query. So what it does, it edges your debtors. If they are greater than 120, loads them this side. Between 30 and 190 and 120, they're here, 30 and 60, and so on. So this is how you prepare an edge analysis. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.